Live from the KHOU 11 studios and streaming on KHOU 11 Plus, your news starts now. Good evening, I'm Cheryl Mercedes. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news here at 6. A new measles case has been confirmed in Houston. This one is linked to an international traveler who passed through Hobby Airport. According to the Houston Health Department, the infected person was unvaccinated and traveled from Mexico and through several areas of the airport on Sunday, March 30th between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Those areas include the Western and Central concourses, customs, and baggage claim. If you were there then and are concerned about possible exposure, officials encourage you to contact your doctor. Whose house? You know by now it's Coogs' house. It's March Madness Final Four day, and the University of Houston Cougars are taking on Duke at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio for the chance at the championship game. With so much excitement building, we are bringing you all the action from the court to the fans and everything in between. We've got team coverage tonight in San Antonio and Houston. Jason Bristol and Zach Tawatari are breaking down the game for you, while Orgomana is getting all the fan reaction live from San Antonio, and Katira Winfrey is at our watch party at Avenida Plaza. Let's kick things off with Jason and Zach to see how UH is gearing up for some big competition. Hey guys.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Yes, we are at the convention center where FanFest is taking place right now. It's a bit quiet because the Cougs are about to play in a couple of hours. When you look at this game, what is the key for U of H, or for that matter, contesting or stopping Duke in this matchup?
Every player on the court tonight has to win their one-on-one matchup. Duke has too many weapons to be able to double one guy and give it to another guy. There's just too many weapons. You got to win your one-on-one matchup tonight.
My key is second chance points, the hustle stats. Houston normally wins those, and they will have to win them in convincing fashion and try to limit Duke to high 60s, early 70s when it comes to points, which I'm sure is easier said than done. Now, the Cougs game day experience, starting with this. We were at the hotel when the team left for shoot-around. The Cougs yesterday at the Alamo Dome for that open practice, and this team seemed very confident of what the coaching staff has put together, and now they need to execute against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I mean, they're really good. They got some coach put up a great game plan for us. I think they got some pieces in there that we can hit.
You know, winning the championship would be the cherry on top. So I mean, I'm just going out there and treating it like how we treated the other games, and we've had a lot of success doing that. So obviously the stakes are higher, but you know, I just try not to put too much pressure on myself from like the outside noise and stuff like that.
And it's also different because of the setting here in San Antonio. Coach Kelvin Sampson appreciative, waving to all the Cougs fans earlier at the team hotel. We'll have much more on the fan experience in a moment, but X factor in this game, something which could decide which way this one turns. What would be your X factor, or who would be your X factor?
My X factor is Kelvin Sampson. We've already seen his coaching acumen come into play on the last play of the game to win one of these tournament games. And tonight, it's not going to be about any tricks. It's just going to be about how he manages his team in a very physical war of attrition.
I like that, but Kelvin Sampson would tell you that coaches don't play the game. They aren't the ones that have to execute. I'm going to say my X factor will be JoJo Tugler, because JoJo Tugler is a guy that likely, we think, may be matched up with Cooper Flagg, the top pro prospect in this entire tournament. JoJo Tugler, if he's able to stay out of foul trouble, use his length and athleticism, it could be a long day for Cooper Flagg.
It could be, and you have to hope that JoJo Tugler limits Flagg so that Duke has to go to its other options and hopefully keep him at bay.
Yeah, those other options are pretty good, though. So that's the story here as we are getting ready for game time. Houston and Duke in the national semifinals. That's the story here in San Antonio. Let's send it back to you.
All right, I'm looking forward to some sharp shooting by Emmanuel Sharp for sure again tonight, guys. A lot to look forward to. Zach and Jason, thank you so much. Tonight's game in San Antonio is drawing a big Cougar crowd. In fact, nearly 100 University of Houston students packed those buses and headed west this morning. Our Arco Mana has been in San Antonio since yesterday. And if you've been following him on social media, you saw all the excitement there as fans made their way to the Final Four. Orco, I saw you were just surrounded by fans, amazing parade action, all sorts of things. What's going on now?
Well, Cheryl, you could probably hear them. A lot of Coogs fans here are walking behind me. I mean, you can just feel the excitement and the energy. We're seeing all of these folks here, and we've been seeing more and more people wearing red all day. And actually, just a few minutes ago, we saw players get on the bus to head to the Alamodome. We have some video of that we want to show you. Again, video of the players just minutes ago walking onto the buses, along with Kelvin Sampson, the coach for the team, and several fans out here rooting them on. They cheer for the basketball team outside the hotel, again, as I mentioned, as they sent them off to the Alamodome. And let me tell you, the sea of red and white, a welcome sight for the players who have a big battle ahead of them. And again, you can just feel the excitement here. And there was also a lot of excitement earlier today at a big welcome party. There was a big raft celebration, a lot of floats on the on the San Antonio Riverwalk, including the Cougars. And we spoke to a lot of fans there who say they are really hoping for a win tonight. The University of Houston Cougars taking San Antonio by storm. The band and cheerleaders showing up and showing out on their floats at this river rally for the Final Four. Fans eager to root on the Cougs ahead of their big matchup against Duke tonight.
Go Cougs! Let's go! Go Cougs! Woo! Eat 'em up! Eat 'em up! Go Cougs! Go!
Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Whose house?
Their energy is unmatched and their hopes are high.
We're coming back and we're taking it all the way home. I mean, we are just taking it all the way home. The culture that the Sampson family has brought to the University of Houston is amazing. It's for the city.
Of course, their eyes are set on a victory tonight, but what they're really coveting is a national title on Monday.
We're just so happy to be here and support our Cougars and help them bring home a win. So I'm not going home till Tuesday.
You're willing it into existence.
Oh, I am going to be here.
Yeah, we love to see that positive manifestation. As you saw earlier and in that story, a lot of excitement from fans, Cougs fans, whether they're going to be inside the Alamodome or outside near the convention center or even back in Houston. Everyone is extremely ready for tonight, and so are we. We're going to be getting fan reaction from right after the game, so stay tuned for that. As I mentioned, there's a lot of fan activity back in Houston. That's where we find our Katira Winfrey, who's at a watch party downtown. Katira, what is it looking like right now?
Well, Orko, the rain has been coming and going in waves, but people are still showing up. A lady, matter of fact, just walked by a little bit ago and said, rain, rain, go away. Cougar fans are here to stay. And you can take a look behind me. You see some people still kind of perched under those umbrellas, trying to stay out of the rain with their U of H ponchos on. So even though we are, almost 2 hours away from the start of the game, people are ready to get rolling. You see them. They have a DJ out here. You have a 20-foot tall monitor. Well, people will be able to watch this game. So even with the rain, Cougar fans are ready to cheer on the hometown team. And as you look around, we still have quite a bit more room for folks who are interested in coming out and supporting the team, whether you're a U of H grad or not. You're representing Houston. And although I am not a U of H grad, I do have some red under this rain jacket. And as always, my signature red lip to also help root on those Cougars. But we'll be out here through the night, so you have plenty more time to get out here, find a spot to support the home team. Cheryl, I'll send it back to you.
All right, love to see that red under there, and hopefully you can lose that jacket, but I hear it's going to get a little chilly. Thanks, Katira. You can watch that game tonight right here on KHOU 11. And of course, there will be another big watch party, so come on and join our crew at the Avenida Plaza. Doors open soon. That's just in 20 minutes at 6:30. Pat, it has been active in terms of weather today.
Yeah.
And you see, Katira, I just told her, you guys have been saying you might need that jacket tonight,
The
huh?
rain wrapped up like that. I mean, we
Yeah.
were just having really heavy downpours. Actually, one of our executive producers here, she texted me on the side. She said, "Is this rain actually going to end? Like, are you being for real? Like, are we actually going to see this wrap up?" And yeah, just in time. It's now finally started to move to the north. So we're going to start you with radar. Yeah, as you mentioned, we are going to see the temperatures drop now. There is your radar shot of downtown from the last hour, and you can see the rain gone. This little blip that's, wait for it, right here, that's the radar beams actually hitting some of the buildings downtown, so that's not rain. So the rain that we had out there earlier, now lifting off towards the north and east. There's your Avenida right in here. There's the George R. Brown Convention Center. Kind of hard to see on the map, so I'm pointing it out for you. And you can see rain has finally stopped out there. So the watch party tonight is good. All the heavy rain lifting towards the north and east. You can see some pretty feisty storms still. Nothing severe, though. We haven't had anything severe. This is a special weather statement. This is basically what the National Weather Service does to tag a storm. That looks strong, but it's not quite at severe limits. Hail is basically non-existent, and wind speeds aren't even that impressive. So just a big lightning producer moving up towards the north and east. Down to the coast, you can see there's not much coming in off the Gulf. There's your front. You can actually see it kind of propagating towards the coast. That's your front right there. So behind it, the humidity and the temperatures are dropping. Nothing severe, not even a lightning strike down towards that line across the coast. But you can see what's going on here. The reason why we're seeing the severe threat drop is because all of the fuel for these storms, which is in this red shading, is all moving with that front. And as that front comes through, it stabilizes the atmosphere, the humidity drops, the temperatures drop, and so our severe threat disappears altogether. Now, these storms that are going behind all this storm fuel here, these are elevated storms, so there's not a severe component with them, with the exception of maybe some pea-sized hail. But even that we haven't really seen much of across the area. Different story across northeast Texas and the Arklatex, getting into the Mississippi Valley. Torrential amounts of rainfall, devastating flooding here, flash flood emergencies. We've got severe weather getting into the Nashville area as well. It's a very dynamic storm system stretching from the Mississippi Valley all the way back towards the Panhandle, where they've got heavy snow flying right now up towards Lubbock. All the blue on the map indicating that snow. It's severe weather and flooding for the Mississippi Valley. And again, some of those thunderstorms on the tail end of the system pushing through our area right now. Here's future track as we go through the rest of the evening. That line continues to move east. We may catch a few more showers towards the coast around 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's it, though. Nothing severe to worry about. Any feisty weather goes out towards New Orleans by tomorrow morning. So storms exit for tonight. It's a stray shower chance. Once the front goes through, tomorrow is our transition day where we start to turn a lot cooler. We'll start the day with clouds. We will end with sunshine, though. And by the start of the week, oh man, finally. When was the last time we saw sunshine around here? We've got a great stretch of weather coming up for the upcoming week, but it will be brisk, especially for the mornings, tomorrow morning, Monday morning, and Tuesday morning, with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Right now, 60 in Edo, 64 at Bush, same for Jersey Village, 62 Tomball, 67 in League City. You could tell where the front is, right? It's so obvious. 57 in College Station, 77 in Beaumont, and still in Galveston. So again, the last batch of those showers riding along that frontal boundary, pushing down towards the south and east, and the numbers are improving as a result. So we start tomorrow with cloud cover. By the time we get to the afternoon, notice the gray and the white finally starts to break. We get sunshine working in. It's a cooler day tomorrow with temperatures in the low 60s. And then with mainly clear skies overnight tomorrow into Monday morning, we could see 30s and 40s. 30s outside of the city. But a lot of sunshine. And look at this for Monday. Nothing but sun as we go through the entire day. So 62, that's as warm as we'll do for tomorrow. So a much, much cooler day. A bit of a chilly day. Definitely jacket weather for us tomorrow. Monday's stunning. We'll start off in the low 40s in the city. We make it to the upper 60s by the afternoon. Mid-70s, still below normal, but closer to average for Tuesday, and then back to the 80s, but nothing stifling in terms of heat and humidity, at least on the horizon for the next week. Look at the humidity levels here, bone dry to comfortable all the way through the end of the upcoming week and next weekend. So there's your 7-day forecast. It doesn't get better than that, and boy, do we deserve it. After the stretch of weather that we've had the last few weeks, it has just been miserable here with the humidity and the cloud cover. Tons of sun, no humidity, but again, chilly. 49 tomorrow morning, 62 for the afternoon. You wake up to 45 on Monday, we get to 68 in the afternoon. 47 then, Tuesday morning, up to 74 for the afternoon, and then back to the 80s all the way through the week with sunshine. Cheryl, picture perfect weather. This might be one of the nicest weeks that we have before we really start to get back into that summer heat, probably late April into May.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Pat. Today, State Representative Yolanda Jones held a town hall in Houston's 3rd Ward to talk school vouchers, and things got heated. At the center of this debate between lawmakers in Austin is a bill that would send public money to private schools. Our Michelle Choi heard from both sides of this argument.
I want my tax-paying funds for education to go to the school that I want and not just my local school.
One parent's frustration echoing why some support school vouchers, but inside this 3rd Ward town hall, many strongly disagreed.
Everybody has their choice. It's always been parents' choice. Now, if you didn't have the funds for that, that's your problem. But I don't think that you should use my taxpayers' dollars for your choice.
The debate comes as a House committee this week voted to cap spending on a proposed school voucher program at $1 billion over 2 years. The bill also boosts public school funding by $395 per student, but it still faces a tough fight as it heads to the full House. All Democrats on the committee, including Houston's Yolanda Jones,
public dollars should not be spent in private places and spaces,
voted no.
We do not want vouchers because it's not a good education for all. It's just a great education for some.
Supporters, though, see it differently, saying it's about options.
And that's all that school choice is trying to do. We're just trying to make sure that students are put first and have what they need to succeed in the state of Texas.
Nathan Canine is with the American Federation for Children.
The proposed school choice amount is about $11,000 for your average student. That's well above both the average and the median tuition at the average private school in Texas. And that's intentional. We're trying to make sure that families have robust options.
Canine says that amount would be the highest school choice funding in the country, but Representative Jones argues the plan leaves too many behind.
Most private schools are upwards of $30,000, most of them. And $10,000, all that does is welfare. It's a subsidy for rich people.
In Southeast Houston, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
Attorney General Ken Paxton is firing back after a judge ruled he violated the state's Whistleblower Act. Now the judge is ordering the AG's office to pay 4 former employees more than $6 million. The judge says Paxton retaliated against them after they reported him for abuse of power. These are the same claims that led to Paxton's impeachment in 2023. Paxton was later acquitted by the Texas Senate. The Attorney General's office released a statement late last night saying in part, quote, the sham impeachment has already cost taxpayers over $5 million. Now a liberal Austin judge wants the people of Texas to pay even more. We will appeal this bogus ruling, end quote. New this evening, the Harris County Sheriff's Office is investigating after they said a man found his wife and mother-in-law shot dead at home this morning. Authorities were called into a house on Timber Crossing at around 7. The Sheriff's Office says the man tried giving the two CPR, but they did not survive. The details of the shooting are still unclear. Deputies are interviewing witnesses. In Cleveland, Texas, a 19-year-old man is dead and a 19-year-old woman is in the hospital after a shooting last night on Angus Court, just north of Highway 105. Details are limited and the condition of the woman is unknown. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is investigating this one, and right now they do not have a suspect. If you have any information, contact the Sheriff's Office. This evening, a woman is dead after driving the wrong way on the Grand Parkway this morning. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez says the woman was driving east in the westbound lanes near Kirkendall in the Klein area around 1 a.m. when she reportedly crashed into another car, causing it to spin and hit a third car. Right now, there's no word on the conditions of the other drivers involved. These wrong-way crashes are a problem in the Houston area, a problem KHOU 11 Investigates has been looking into for several weeks, including uncovering the hot spots for wrong-way crashes across town. Right now on KHOU.com, we have more on action the city has taken so far in response to our investigation. Well, protests against President Donald Trump and his close ally Elon Musk are reaching new heights today. Over 1,400 protests took place across all 50 states today, with nearly 600,000 people signing up to attend. That's according to CNN. Sources say more than 150 groups ranging from civil rights organizations to labor unions and LGBTQ+ advocates have organized what's being called the hands-off protests. And near at home, hundreds of protesters marched downtown at City Hall, voicing their opposition to several actions by the Trump administration, including the firing of thousands of federal workers, deporting immigrants, rolling back protections for transgender individuals, and cutting federal funding for health programs. The protests come as President Trump's 10% tariffs on all nations go into effect. While the president is spending the weekend at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida golfing, he's calling the tariffs on an economic revolution. In a post on Truth Social, the president urged Americans to, quote, hang tough, saying the tariffs are necessary to bring back jobs to the U.S. and reduce government size. While there hasn't been any immediate response from the White House, they've shared in previous statements that protests will not deter the Trump administration's efforts. KHOU 11 is looking into the impacts of the new tariffs and the impacts they're having on other industries, from car dealerships to grocery stores to restaurants and prescription drugs. Head to KHOU.com for the latest. Hey, let's end on a bright side here and get a final check of the weather forecast with that beautiful 7-day forecast from Pat Kavlin. Let's frame it.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice. Look at the temperatures across the state. We're in the 60s here, but look at Amarillo, 38 degrees. Yeah, so 38 in the Panhandle, but 80 still in South Texas. That cooler air is moving in. Tonight, it's chilly. We hang under the clouds. 49 degrees in the city. Could see mid-40s farther north. Tomorrow, we only get to the low 60s, so about 20 to 25 degrees cooler than we have been for the last several days, with mainly cloudy skies breaking for some sunshine late. There's the 7-day. Frame it, hang it in the Louvre.
Beauty.
It's a beautiful stretch. A lot of sunshine. Mid-40s, though, to start Monday morning. Into the upper 60s. Mid-40s again Tuesday morning, but into the 70s, and we keep working our way eventually back into the 80s by the end of the week. Not a drop of rain in sight for the next 7 days, so enjoy it. We've got a great stretch coming up for the next 7 days.
Man, that humidity was just
Finally
horrible
gone.
this morning,
Yeah.
and just this afternoon to walk out. What a difference,
Yeah,
right?
It's a lot
I love
better
it.
coming up.
Yeah. All right, thanks so much for joining us. We'll have much more tonight at 10, but you can stream us anytime on KHOU 11+. Just download on your TV and watch for free. Go Coogs!